Okay, so out in another playground area in the Highlands of Scotland, and today I've got a nice little glider. It does actually have a brushed motor on it as well, so it can get some power, but it's basically designed as a glider. I do love the way they've put all the sort of snowflakes all over it, so they're obviously after the Christmas market, I would say. I'm right on the top of a ridge, and there's the tiniest bit of breeze, but I'm just going to see how we get on. This is only the third plane I've ever flown, and I haven't had much experience with them at all, but I thought I'd give this one a go. It looks really nice, actually. It's from XK as well, the A800, as you can clearly see, and it is nice. It's almost ready to fly. All you have to do is put the wings on and the tail as well, and that was it really. But it does say it's 100% ready to fly. It isn't quite, and you just have to connect up at the back here. That's all. But everything else seems pretty good on it. Your battery, it comes with a little 300 milliamp hour 2-cell, and that connects up with a lossy micro connector there. So I'm going to turn on the transmitter first of all. There we go, we're all ready to roll. And it flies in stabilised and unstabilised in 3D mode as well, so 6G and 3D as well. So, and there's a nice little area there, you know, you've got enough room to get that in there. It sits in well. So there we go, pretty cool. We've got really simple controls. You can swap it from mode 2, which I'm going to fly in mode 2 flight mode, to mode 1 if you want. But like I say, I'm going to be in mode 2. You've got your rates adjustment here, so you've got different rates as well. So you've just got the 2 rates, as you can hear there, nice clear beeps, and typical XK, the transmitters are really quite nice. You need 4 AA batteries with it as well. And also you've got your your change from 6G stabilised to 3D mode there as well. So let's just see how we go. Oops, do not jam your propellers in there. That was a good start. Oh, there we go. Right, so wish me well. I literally have not flown this at all. As you can see, it's beautifully done, and I'm hoping I can just skid it onto some grass here, but if not, this rock that I'm stood on is pretty impressive. Oh yeah, like I say, I'm not an experienced pilot with the planes by any means. I'm actually just going to kill that throttle. Yeah, it does glide as well, it's really nice. Yeah, so that's throttle off. Oh, lovely. And then throttle back on, yeah. Hey, it's a lovely little flight. Oh, we've got a kite up there as well. He's probably coming in to have a look, wonder what on earth I'm doing. It's a really nice flight. It's so smooth. I'll kill the throttle again, so I'm right off on the throttle here and just literally taking advantage of the tiny little bit of breeze we've got and watching how the experts do it up there with the kite. And then back on with the power. Lovely, really nice. Never flown a glider before, so quite pleased with this. You're going to throttle it off again. Hey, nice and lovely recoverable as well. Really cool piece of kit. I like it. I like it a lot already. That's full stick input. So I've got everything cranked over on there, and that's as far as we can go in stabilised mode. It's really I don't know why I'm so impressed that I can actually keep it in the air. That's definitely going to be in for a problem. And again, there we go. Throttle off, you can see the prop stopped, hopefully. Whoops. Really nice. Okay. I'm going to try it into high rates. There we go. That was in low rates when I was doing all the stick stuff there. So this is high rates. Whoa, that's a lot of difference there. Really nice. God, it does fly well. I do struggle with the swap between flying quads with the different controls. Really, it's really good fun though. There we go. So I'm just going to try and give you an impression of. So that's it. That gives you more of an impression. That's with all the sticks cranked right round. in high rates. So do I try 3D? Oh, it has to be done, doesn't it? God, it really does get quite shift on actually. Whoa, nice. Way. I haven't bothered putting it into 3D yet. I'm still enjoying this high rates. It's really cool. Whoa, really cool. No, it won't let me loop in stabilised. Obviously, I'm just trying it. No. So the only way I can do that is press that button. So wish me well. You'll press it now. There we go. Whoa. Whoa. I can see that happening. I didn't give it enough input there. I was wussing out. So that was quite a dent. I'm glad that didn't hit anything rocky. And there we go. So no damage at all, I don't think. It just literally took it straight on the nose, which hopefully you saw. And there we go. So I'm hoping that's fully recovered. Yeah, it really has. I'm actually just enjoying this in the stabilised mode, to be honest. Is that because I'm wussing out on the other one? Whoa, that is cool. Now we're flying in 3D. Oh yeah, it's lovely. Whoa! Oh, it is so different to flying the quads, I must admit. Even the quads in acro. That is really cool, actually. Whoa! Whoa, and I recovered it as well, so we're quite pleased with that. I've still left it in 3D. Oh, the wind is really picking up quite a bit now. Loop the loops as well, lovely. Oh yeah, that wind is actually picking up quite a bit on my back now. Oi! Oh yeah, that wind is really quite strong. Oh, poor thing. I might have to actually bring it back in. Which is a real shame because I was really getting into that. Lovely, smooth flyer. I like it, it's really nice. And very easy to do. Like I say, I'm not a competent pilot with planes at all. So it's really nice. Just easing it right off and seeing how I can get a nice bit of control. And that wind now behind me is quite strong. There we go, you can see it buffeting around. Whoa! It's me watching it hit the grass, not worried about self-preservation. That wind, if I throttle that right off now. There we go. Yeah, oh, lovely. There we go, I had to pop it back on again. Oh, you can see it buffeting around like that. It's cool. Yeah, I think I might be near end of play, to be perfectly honest, because that wind is just picking up and picking up. I think we're really low on power as well, so I think it's starting to go now. I think, whoa, yeah, I think it is. I'm going to bring that into land, I think. Whoa! Yeah, it's definitely struggling. And actually, I didn't realise, I think that's the impact of when it smashed down with that first crash. There's a wacky great which might also not be helping. It's actually fractured the wing there, but that was really good fun. I really enjoyed that, but I'm going to stop now because that wind really is picking up quite a bit. I'm not too sure how much this could handle. I'm not too sure I have those skills either. Okay, so I tend to wear my heart on my sleeve, well, in life generally, but certainly on the channel. So what do you think I thought of it? Yeah, I absolutely love it. It's awesome. It's so big I can hardly get it in the studio, so I'm going to keep moving it around so you can actually get a bit of a look at it. It's an awesome piece of kit. I actually did measure it. It's called an A800 and it's 785 millimeters wingtip to wingtip, so it's nearly an 800, but that gives you some sort of idea of it as well. It's stuck together really well. I did have that hard impact, and that's another reason why I pulled the end to the first flight of the review, purely because it did fracture the wing there, and I thought it's just going to tumble out the sky. It did fly afterwards, as you saw, but I wasn't going to risk it anymore, and if I had another impact it might have ripped the whole thing off. I've stuck it back together with a little bit of super glue, just held it in, and it's really solid now. It's really quite solid, so that's good. So absolutely nothing moving there at all. I know you can use other glues. I'm sure there's guys saying to me, you know, there's better glues out there, but it's actually worked. So, and it will get me back up in the air when the wind stopped. I quite fancy putting a little FPV on here, and I just really, I think I'm going to be doing a few bits with this because this is actually really good fun. I didn't think I'd enjoy it that much, but it actually really is. I got around 7.5 minutes flight, but I was virtually on the throttle all the time because I'm new to the gliding bit. I was probably using way too much throttle, and I should have eased it off and just been gliding around. If you were gliding, you must be up half an hour or an hour because you're not really going to use anything. And if you had some thermals or some proper updrafts and you were a bit more competent with it, you could probably keep it in the air for ages. Range would be no problem at all with their transmitters. I've always found the XK stuff really good. And something I don't think I pointed out on the actual review was the actual graphics here are pretty good. You sort of give it a bit of throttle and the prop starts moving, and it shows what percentage of throttle you're using, and it actually shows, you know, you're moving the rudder and everything, and just showing you what the controls are doing. Not that you're going to look down at it, but I just thought it was a nice little touch from XK. I like their quad ones, and I pretty much like this one as well, I must admit. The other things you get with it is a little Phillips screwdriver just to pop those in for the assembly, and on the back as well. There's one screw goes in underneath. Let me just flick that around just into there. So, and the box it comes in is literally about the length of this, and the two wings are folded down the side, and these are down in the side as well. So you could pack it down nice and small. I'm going to leave mine assembled actually and just stick it on the wall, I think, and then it fits in the car easy, and I can just go out and play. You get a sort of quick assembly of just the actual I was going to say quad, sorry, plane now. There, and then also you've got the full instructions. They're all in Chinese and English, and they do run through everything as well, so it's nicely done. I like the fact with the flying that you can flick from 3D back to stabilised just with a press of the button, and then it actually stabilised it back out and brought it back level. So if you got into a bit of a problem, you could sort that. And the two rates as well were distinctly different. So if you were new to flying, and we're looking at about 40 quid for this thing, I'll put a link down in the description. If you're new to flying and you wanted a plane, I can't think of anything better, to be honest. I'm sure this guy's probably going to be screaming saying, oh, there's a so-and-so and so-and-so. I really liked this. It was so much fun, and I really didn't think it would be, because I really wasn't thinking a glider would be an awful lot of fun. The other thing you get is a little charger for it, and that takes about 30-40 minutes to charge. Oh, by the way, after the flight there was still quite a bit in the actual battery, so it would have probably given me a bit more, but that wind was certainly affecting it, and I thought the throttle was easing off a bit with the control. You also get a spare propeller as well, so if that gets damaged you can just swap them over. Now the other thing I was saying about the transmitter and the difference between quads is, with the planes, obviously if you give it some throttle it just makes it go faster in whatever direction it's pointing in. So if it's pointing down, you give it a load of throttle, it will just hammer into the ground. If you're pointing up and give it some throttle, it will go up. Well, on a quad, if you give it some throttle, it will always go vertical. So and you use the pitch forward and then give it some throttle, and you can sort of get it right, so you're just going to bat forward, but you're always going to get out of trouble, and I'm used to that as sort of a muscle response as well, that I'll give it some throttle to get out of problems, where with a plane obviously
that's not necessarily right. So if you're pointing slightly downwards and you give it a load of throttle, it's going to go downwards. This is not an aggressive flyer by any means, but that's the bit I was trying to say when I was actually flying it, about the difference in the two really fun ways of flying. The quads and the planes are totally different, and once you get the hang of it, and I've only had 3 or 4 flights sort of thing, you do get the hang of it, and then when you go back to your quads, it's really nice because you just sort of slip back into that. So they are different, but they're easy to manage, to be honest. You certainly know your difference, and once you start using it, you then get the feeling of what way it's going to work, sort of thing. But it is very difficult when it's starting to plough into the ground not to give it a load of throttle and to actually alter it. So but perhaps that's just me. There's other guys out there who are much better flyers at quads and much better flyers at planes, I'm sure. But certainly from a newbie's point of view on planes, I love this thing. I think it's awesome, and I think I'll be doing a little bit more with it. Do hope you've enjoyed that, and I look forward to seeing you on the next one.